For now, we have, to begin, we have roll call.
Mayor Sanchez.
Present.
Deputy Mayor Keim. Here. Councilmember Joyce. Present. Councilmember Robinson. Present. Councilmember Weiss.
Thank you. And now is the Pledge of Allegiance. And Councilmember Joyce, could you please lead us in that?
Sure. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. And as I indicated, we do have a special meeting today. It's just one topic. It was basically a state of emergency kind of situation, and that item is adoption of a resolution ratifying the proclamation of a local emergency by the Director of Emergency Services due to significant rainfall commencing on March 13, 2023, and flooding throughout the city. We have a report by Mr. Jonathan Borrego, our city manager. Mr. Borrego.
Honorable Mayor and council members, thank you. I'm actually going to turn the microphone shortly over to our Fire Chief, Dave Parsons here, but I did want to just mention that as the City Council is aware, we have had an extraordinary amount of rain lately, and that rain did cause some significant damage to various areas of the city. And tonight's action will allow us to, if approved, would allow us to seek some additional external funding at both the state and federal level to help us recoup some of those costs. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Chief Parsons, who's going to be giving you a brief presentation.
Good afternoon, Honorable Mayor and members of the City Council. David Parsons, Fire Chief. Here to present to you item for the resolution ratifying the Emergency Services Director's proclamation declaring the existence of a local emergency. Staff recommends that the City Council adopt a resolution ratifying the Director of Emergency Services proclamation declaring the existence of a local emergency and authorize the city manager or designee to seek assistance from the California Office of Emergency Services. For background, Oceanside has experienced historic rainfall this water year. That is measured from October 1st through September 30th. A normal full water year is 11.86 inches, and the normal year-to-date water year is 9.97 inches. Currently, year-to-date, 17.51 inches. We're at 175% of normal to this point, with still over 6 months to go. It should be stated that the majority of rain is received by this time in the water year. This is occurring due to the ever-growing list of atmospheric river storms, and the soil has become increasingly saturated as a result. Small graph indicating where we are historically. In the past 23 years, this water year has reached third place, and my understanding is there's more to come. These numbers are of midnight last night. In terms of emergency proclamation, on December 27th, a federal and state declaration of emergency was approved spanning the dates of December 27th through January 31st. That is not applicable now. On March 9th, a federal and state declaration of emergency was approved for 34 counties, not including San Diego County. The county may or may not request to be entered into that list of counties. That's going to depend on how much damage they estimate they're going to have and whether it meets that level, their threshold. Therefore, a local emergency was proclaimed on March 21st based on the recent storms beginning on March 13th. Essentially, what we're saying is the city needs to be proactive to ensure we can seek reimbursement through state and possibly federal means. We are unaware of any other jurisdictions making a proclamation at this time. After this, the city will be seeking a governor's declaration or OES director's concurrence to provide up to 75% reimbursement of eligible costs. If we receive the governor's declaration, that will make us eligible for emergency work and permanent work. If we receive the OES director's concurrence, which is a lower level, we will be covered for permanent work only. Additionally, if the federal government subsequently declares, that will make us eligible for another 75%, for a total of 93.75% reimbursement possible. The local proclamation must be made within 10 days of the triggering event. City Council must ratify within 7 days of the Director of Emergency Services making the proclamation. Response to the proclamation can take hours to weeks. It depends on how busy and the level of activity at OES. And in this case, with what's going on in the state, I would expect that to be weeks. Similar timelines apply to FEMA. Current list of known major damage or issues in the city of Oceanside: La Salina Wastewater Treatment Plant, Skyhaven Road, Oceanside Fire Training Center, Pilgrim Creek Oceanside Golf Course, and of course citywide if anybody's been driving on the streets. As more damage is discovered and or mitigated, we can add it to the list. There was an incident at the La Salina Wastewater Treatment Plant. They had a wastewater spill due to overloaded pumping capacity. It lasted 45 minutes. They had a peak flow of 400% of their average daily flow, which is over 2 times the plant's capacity. They were able to mitigate much of that on site. However, there was some, bacteriological samples were elevated on Buccaneer Beach. Those samples have returned below permit limits. And while the sewage spill advisory is lifted, Buccaneer Beach is still closed based on county stormwater advisories. And there's a picture of the incident as it was happening. On March 16th, a hillside slope failed on Skyhaven, or below Skyhaven Road in Oceanside, likely due to oversaturation and the type of soil present. The slope failure went directly into the Green Valley Mobile Home Park in Vista. Several mobile homes have been damaged. The mobile home park emergency is being addressed by the City of Vista and Red Cross. And that's a picture of the day of the incident on the left and 24 hours later on the right. This is an example of emergency protective measures, some of which may be eligible for reimbursement, protecting Skyhaven Road and from any further erosion down the hill. It's a picture of one of the mobile home parks, a before and after picture of the results. At the Oceanside Fire Training Center, it's a little difficult to see, but there is a void space underneath the wet spot on the left of the picture. And basically, the asphalt has not collapsed yet, but there is an opening underneath that. It's a small sinkhole. In terms of streets, crews have been deployed consistently to address storm issues. Overtime costs are accumulating. Morrow Heights experienced a rock slide. North River Road experienced a sinkhole. There are large potholes and other street damage throughout the city, and third-party contractors have been hired for emergency repairs, including tree and very large boulder removal. Here's a sinkhole on North River, and that's half of the road being repaired under an emergency repair. This is a boulder slide and landslide in the Morrow Heights. All right, going back, and this is one of those incidents where it does require a third-party contractor to help get the debris off the road. An example of some of the roadway damage. And finally, we have had this question come up. The Highway 78 issue is not applicable for this proclamation that is handled by Caltrans, and therefore they will take care of that problem, and they're expediting it. They did find further problems as they started digging down from the original issue, and that's what has delayed their repair. In closing, staff recommends that the City Council adopt a resolution ratifying the Director of Emergency Services proclamation declaring the existence of a local emergency and authorize the City Manager or designee to seek assistance from the California Office of Emergency Services. I'm available for any questions.
Thank you very much. Do we have any requests to speak on this item?
We do not have any requests to speak on this item.
Thank you. Is there any motion to adopt the resolution? There's a motion and a second. Please vote.
Motion approved, 5-0.
Thank you. For this matter, also, there is an item 2, which is the public communications on city council matters off agenda items. Do we have any requests for this particular calendar?
We only have one for
agenda?
this particular calendar agenda item. And our only speaker that was registered for that was Michael Odegaard.
Okay. Still Odegaard?
Mi yu yam, Honorable Mayor and council members. Have you heard that greeting before? Mi yu yam. That's how we say aloha in our host language, which is Uisenya. Rotary is a non-political, non-sectarian organization consisting of a global network of over 1.3 million members who bring people together to unite and take action to create lasting positive change throughout the globe in our communities and within ourselves. Rotary promotes peace, and we do that through building positive peace projects. In fact, in 2019, the Rotary Club of San Luis Rey, right here in Oceanside, was the first club in the San Diego area to be accredited as a Peace Builder Club by the International Rotary Action Group for Peace. This is the 4th year we have undertaken the selection of a local community member or organization deserving recognition through our annual Peace Builder Award program. As president of the club, I'm here to extend sincere congratulations to Chief Fred Armijo and the Oceanside Police Department for being selected as the 2023 laureate of the Rotary Club of San Luis Rey Peace Builder Prize. They were chosen for this prestigious award after close consideration of other excellent nominees who were also reviewed against our Peace Builder standards, reflecting the 8 pillars of positive peace, which are acceptance of the rights of others, low levels of corruption, free flow of information, strong business environment, high levels of human capital, equitable distribution of resources, good relations with neighbors, and a well-functioning government. We affirm that under Chief Armijo's leadership, the morale and prestige of the Oceanside Police Department has achieved an unprecedented level, especially in their comprehensive policy on the use of force, guided by the principle of reverence for human life, to safeguard the dignity and liberty of all persons without prejudice to anyone, to training designed to elevate the level of critical thinking and decision-making during high-risk situations, and infuses de-escalation concepts into firearms, arrest and control, and critical incident training. Their online engagement with the community members, organizations, and businesses using various media and social media platforms, making transparent department policies and training manuals. Their leadership in the Oceanside Youth Partnership, North County Promise, Neighborhood Policing Team, and Homeless Outreach Team, along with so many other services offered which respond to the needs of residents of all ages and the needs of our community, and definitely exemplify all 8 pillars of positive peace. Again, our heartfelt congratulations goes to Chief Armijo as the most deserving recipient of the Rotary Club of San Luis Rey 2023 Peace Builder Award. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Odegaard. And Chief, would you like to accept this honor? And our great thanks as well.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Hardigan. This was unexpected, but I very much appreciate the acknowledgement of the work that's been going on within our department. It's not me, it's our organization. But thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and adjourn this meeting.